EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Tennessee Titans and our home team.
Will Reichard to kick off.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Will Reichard will get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back. And they'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Watt.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
Bronco switch, Bronco.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Third down, 3 to go.
Come on, 6, Buffalo 18.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
This one not going to get there. From distance, it is no good. And this will stay a scoreless game.
Here we go, set. Bronco 80. Ready.
Right to the air goes Daniels. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. 17 yards on that connection. 1st down for Tennessee.
1st down.
Get it.
1st and 10 at the
70
30-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's another Titans first down. First and goal, Tennessee.
To throw is Daniels. Escaping to his left. He's going to keep it himself.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up second and goal.
The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete.
This is something they teach defensive linemen, Mike, that, of course, we want to get to the quarterback and pressure and hit him and ultimately sack him. But if you don't think you're going to get there, when his hand comes off the ball, your hands go up. Get in that throwing lane, get a deflection, and he's able to force the incomplete.
This one incomplete. It is batted away in the end zone. And now it's fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball.
And he'll take it on in. Gunnar Helm. Touchdown, Tennessee. That his second TD catch of the season.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
They'll begin here on the ground. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Jordan Burks that time to make the tackle. From the 31, here is second down and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a give on the ground. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a toss, right side. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. So after the loss on first, here's second and 14.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll look to throw. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kaiir Elam. So they're going to have it at their own 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Finding room at the 35. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
Here we go, here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's complete to DK. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A gain there of 27 yards.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Passing right side, and Chase has it. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he's going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack, but you have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Ready.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. Oh, that's the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
And it's 4th down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's going to look for the home run ball.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in, and he's out of bounds down inside the 35. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
At the 33-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger. Get up.
Now a handoff, running right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
So they go with the 1st down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation. But now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here comes 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That is caught. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on 3rd down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure.
And he will drive his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tokyo. certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jimmy DK now to return it. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Come on.
On first and 10, here's Daniel. He'll find his receiver. That's DK. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
And the Titans first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
70 Lions.
On first down, Daniels moving to his right. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
22 yards.
Viking
First
18.
down, Titans.
Mustang 19.
Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Set to go now on first and 10.
Gain of 15.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it'll be second down.
On the ready. 18 Cardinal. Go.
Now Genty. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
That's a gain of 8.
2 minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. Greg and I will be right back after this.
70 race. Here we go.
3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. He pulls it in around the 5. To the pylon. He's in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown Titans. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Riker good with the extra point. And the Titans will take a 14-6 lead. Riker out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is intercepted. And And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
He'll look deep, left sideline. He was looking for Chindike that time. And that will lead to a second down.
Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
On the handoff, this is Genty. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
Ready, break. Trap 60.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniel. The short one taken in by Helm. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
That's good. One Titans.
7 Pirates. 19 Tiger.
Here's a handoff to Genty. Yeah. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal. Throwing now. Daniel. Rolling right. That's hauled in at the 2.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Moving left. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Tennessee.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Will Riker to kick off.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. On the return, here's Mims. Now an opening past the 30. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And the kicking team right there, stopping him before he can get to the 15-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
14-yard line.
Come back, team. Come and go. Ready?
Daniels now on first down. This is intercepted. Picked off by Nate Wiggins. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. Quick throw taken in. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be second down now.
Second and 10.
Back to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one could be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield. It is third and long.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up fourth down.
Let's go now. Huh, 19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Bronco.
He'll look to throw. That one caught. Touchdown, Condor. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, like we say, we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jim DK. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
On the ground, it's Genty to start the drop. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
At the 27-yard line. A 7-yard
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 3.
Ready.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That is caught left side by Helm. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up the first down.
And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. It's a big one for Tennessee. 32 yards. From the 35, it's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception. Picked by Malachi Starks.
Daniels pass. Intercepted. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Now, faking the give. This one complete to Washington. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
On the pickup brings up second and 2 at the 15-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line.
He was brought down by
Second down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5. And here comes third down.
On the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Makes it third and 2.
He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver, and once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
Now a timeout for injury.
Will Reichard to kick off.
Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. His drive will start on the ground. He's inside the 40. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 39 yards.
Let's go. Go.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome.
And he's in! Touchdown, Tokyo! Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's DK. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Daniels. Forced out wide. He's going to run it. And he'll be marked out up at the 34-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He'll be out of bounds. It's a decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Bronco 80.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's got his tight end. That's Helm. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
To the air again is Daniels. Taking off. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of this third quarter. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Come on. Traffic. 70, Timber Wolf.
Now Daniels. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They'll throw with Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
They'll go. Here's Daniels. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Kick by Malachi starts.
And it's just the last thing you can afford to do, especially in this situation. Like, there's just no need to force the ball. You're playing with a lead. It's late in the game, and I know he's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he thinks he can get away with it, but that decision, it proves to be costly.
He kept waiting for that cutback lane to develop. It never did. He's tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
At the 12-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, though, try to throw. He throws right side, down the field, and it is brought in. So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a run, going left, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
At the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
No. 19, Charger, 19, go.
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. They need one right now. 3rd and long.
19, 18. 79 Broncos.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Jordan Burks. He's in there to drop him. And it leads to 4th down. They'll throw out of the gun. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Winston. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their second pick 6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick 6, but to get 2 pick 6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Will Reichard now on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Titans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. On the return, here's Mims. Oh, he's got room past the 30. He's inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way back. 90 yards. It is a touchdown. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game.
27.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return, here's DK. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete, but a flag is down back in the backfield. Did they hit the quarterback late? From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Daniels now going to look to throw. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Come on.
They'll drop to throw. That's complete to DK. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go.
Okay,
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Cowboy 80.
Here's Daniels. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
It'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another 1st down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
19 Lions. Ready.
Daniels gonna throw again. Here's a shot toward the end zone. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
18 rep. Here we go.
A run. Gentile. Finding space at the 15. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. Now he'll run. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
27.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. On the return, here's Mims. Whoa. Whoa. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
They'll take over.
This is 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
Right back to the air following that pick six. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout. And the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. They'll look to throw again. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So
that's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Cedric Gray.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Here we go.
Once again, it's Genty. Into the secondary, past the 40. Inside the 20. And he's going to go out of bounds with no time remaining on the clock. This game is over. So this one, a win for the visiting Titans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down.